Call to order, Independent School District 721. If you could please rise for Pledge Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. If we can please note, Kitten is not here. And if we can go, we don't have any open forum this evening. And we have a special presentation given by Justin Peterson from the Shopko hometown, please.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. So this past holiday season, we had a great opportunity to give back to the community. I'm here on behalf of Shopko Foundation. We collected signatures at our store from the community. And this past holiday season, from November 30th to December 24th, we collected 2,000 signatures. And so Shopko donated $1 per signature to New Prague area schools. So I'm just here to present the check to you guys today.
That's wonderful. Justin, I just want to comment, and I'll let the board here too. We want to thank Shopko for their support, being involved in the community and giving back, obviously, to the schools. We very much appreciated.
Thank you, and I think we're going to have a picture.
Yep, I would like Sherry to come up, and then we'll have Lonnie Seifert too. We'll have you three. There we go. Chuck will take it. Go ahead. Go.
Okay. How about right here?
That's why we have that open area.
Get Lottie up there. Here for Lottie.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
We will make sure we'll have that too on our social media release too, Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. Okay, if we can have a motion, please, to approve the consent agenda.
So moved. I'll second.
Anything to add? Okay. And on to the committee reports.
Vote on.
Oh, sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Vote passes 6-0.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay.
I noticed in the consent agenda that one of our coaches and longtime teachers, Ron Gunderson, is retiring. And I would like to thank him for all the stuff he has done. Evidently, it's been 41 years he's been here. And of course, his basketball teams their performances have been legendary over the years. So I know you taught over here and he taught over here, so had a lot of contact for those early together. So congratulations to Ron Gunderson.
And I would just comment too, we had three very good teachers retiring that we're going to miss. Mary Kay Backel teaches special education at Ravenstream right now, and she's done a wonderful job for us. Polly Edberg, our social worker at Ravenstream, and like Don said, Ron Gunderson, three people that in the teaching profession really made a great positive impact on students. So we thank them for their service here and wish them well into retirement.
Okay, on to board committee reports, if we can hear from policy.
The only change we had was on the adding the MSBA model policy to the facility use catalog. Otherwise, everything else went well. There were no changes made.
Okay. Southwest Metro, Denny?
Yes, Southwest Metro had their monthly meeting on Tuesday, the 15th of March. We had a nice presentation from a program called PRIDE, Technology Connections, and this involves using technology to help students who are severely autistic, and the amazing things that the students can do with technology. It was a very nice presentation. We also had our regular personnel items. We did have a couple of teachers that were probationary teachers that were terminated. Then we also had an approval of a grant from the Minnesota Alliance with Youth in Partnership, and that was from Delta Dental for $500. We had a second reading and approval of the Southwest Metro calendar. We had our first reading of another resolution dealing with, I'm sorry, that was the non-renewal. That was the non-renewal of the teacher contracts. Then we also had the report from the different school districts. That took care of the meeting.
Okay. And then CPAC?
CPAC will be meeting in April, the first week.
Good, thank you, Denny. Don, Community Ed?
I'm going to defer to you.
Okay. Well, they met March 3rd was the last meeting, and according to the agenda, I have, they had a good number of registrations, about 1,121 that came on, and really all there is to report is that the brochures will be coming out April 1st.
Right.
Okay, all right. Wellness Committee did not meet. Then we have the Early Childhood Community Coalition.
Yes, we met on March 17th, and we broke up into our 4 areas of focus. They are outreach, coordination of services, health and well-being, and child care. And I'm on the Coordination of Services Committee, and each of these 4 committees is supposed to come up with one thing, and there are some dollars that can be applied for to promote whatever we choose. And our committee is working on a resource booklet for families of young children, and we're also looking at setting up an independent website that would have all of this information for young families.
Good, okay. Thank you. Up to superintendent update.
All right, just give you a quick update on construction here. As you can see in the last few weeks, it's going fast at the middle school. Right now, they're even starting with the foundation right now, and they're working on the north side there for the gymnasium, the auxiliary gymnasium and kitchen, and now also been doing a lot of excavating work on the west side. So we're expecting Metcon, who received the bid also on the CEC. We're waiting for the state to make final approval, and we're looking probably in the next week or next 2 weeks for sure that they'll begin work on the north side of the CEC here where the pool will be. So we'll have both the middle school and CEC work done on the outside. So that will be coming up shortly. So we don't have an exact date when they're going to start digging dirt, but it's going to be soon. The other thing, just a lot of good news here, especially in the science and technology area, but elementary science fair we had here March 12th at the middle school. We had over 83 kids participate. Our New Prague Times, thanks to Patrick Fisher, Chuck Hard, we got a lot of publicity in the science area this week in the paper. A lot of times they don't get much recognition, but we had a great turnout, very successful science fair, like I said, great participation. We had 30 of our students are going to go on to the regional fair April 30th in Mankato, so it went very well. We also, high school archery, congratulations to them for winning, placing first in the region. They also will go on to the state competition April 2nd. We had Allison Shorter was first place in the high school female division. And we also had Brianna Fronick was first place in the middle school female. Dakota Sklazachik was second place in the high school division. And then we had 2 elementary students place very high. Britlin Fronick, fifth place in the elementary, and Corey Schrader, second place male. So, like I said, the state competition will be April 2nd, and we've got a lot of kids involved in the archery program from elementary all the way to high school, so that's really neat to see. Going back to the science and technology area, engineering type of thing, we have the Rube Goldberg. I don't know if anyone got a chance to read the paper, but we have a Rube Goldberg competition. This is through community education, just like archery is, and Rich Wilson is the advisor. And we had 8 students, 7 of them being ninth graders and 1 sophomore, placed 5th out of 23 teams at a regional competition. They did a great job. And it's what it is basically it's problem solving through the use of engineering technology. And what they had to do is open an umbrella in 23 steps. And it's quite the project. And I know they had quite a few work sessions, I believe 24 work sessions. So a lot of hours put in and very successful completion of that project. And finally, we've got coming up the one-act play, high school one-act play, this April 1st and 2nd. It'll be 6 acts, one-act plays, and we're really looking forward to that. So I just want to make sure everyone knows about that. It'll be April 1st and 2nd at 7 o'clock p.m. So that's where we're at with everything there.
Okay, and Chuck, I just want to make a comment. Thanks for all the good job highlighting all the student activities and the pictures. The archery picture was really nice in the paper last week, so thank you.
Can
And-
I ask Tim a question? Have you got a report on how the fire drill went in the middle school?
It went as planned. There were no problems at all. So yeah, it's a little bit different now with with all this construction, but they need to practice that and make sure we do it right. So with all the different entries or exits that we have now, modifications that we've made, it was a good time to practice that fire drill.
Okay. If we can now have a resolution to accept the donation from Shopco, please.
At this time, I'll consider resolution to accept the gift from Shopko Foundation. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Second.
Second, thank
It's
you.
been moved and seconded to consider the following resolution. Whereas the policy of the New Prague Area School Board has been established that states that they may receive a gift for the benefit of the school district from bequests, donations, grants of gifts for the proper purpose of the use of the school district. The school board shall have the sole authority to determine whether any gift with a value of $1,000 or more, with any condition or precondition or limitation on such gift valued $1,000 or more for the further interest of benefiting the school district and whether it should be accepted or rejected. Whereas the school board may accept the gift valued at $1,000 or more only by adoption of a resolution by 2/3 of its members. Whereas the Shopko Foundation wishes to donate $2,000 to the New Prague area schools, now further be it resolved that the New Prague School Board of Education shall accept the donation with no prescribed conditions. How do you vote on this, Don?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Dennis, yes, item passes. And again, thank you, oops, they're not here anymore, but thanks so much to Shopko.
Okay. And then we're going to hear Ryan Hoffman from, for the bid award for the Falcon Ridge roof, please.
Yeah, I believe you have a recommendation letter there in front of you. We received bids on the Falcon Ridge roof replacement project, and it came in well under budget, approximately $400,000 under budget for that project. So contractor's good to go, and we verified that with them and recommend that you award bid.
Do we have any questions with, and that's going to come from Cato Roofing?
Correct.
Correct, okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, vote passes 6-0. Thank you, Ryan. Next, we have the test date for the ACT. I believe is April 19th, and Lonnie, if you could please give some information.
It, it really is no different, well, slightly different than last year. The state, again, is requiring that schools offer the ACT. Last year, kids didn't have a choice. All juniors had to take the test. This year, schools are required to offer it, and it must be offered during the school day. And so we did set up a contract with ACT, and similar to many other schools in the state, it is going to be offered on the 19th of April. And all but one of our juniors is taking it. We have one junior that has opted out, and probably okay. They've already got a pretty good score, and so I think they'll be okay. One change that we are making this year is last year we had a digital day for all 9th, 10th, and 12th graders, and this year we are actually bringing the 10th graders in to complete their MCA reading. At the high school level, the two classes that get tested are the 10th grade and the 11th grade. The 11th grade will be testing their MCA math shortly. They'll have about a week off, and then they'll take the ACT. The 10th grade gets tested in reading and in science. And so they'll start their reading, and this year the test is, they're able to take the test on their Chromebooks right in the classroom. The concern in the language arts with the reading was there's 4 sections, and they didn't want to have the kids taking all 4 sections in one day. That's a lot. So they will be giving 2 sections prior to the 19th, and then there will be 2 sections left. We will handle both groups the same way. They'll come in, transportation will be provided if they want. We'll have a light breakfast there as they come in. Then we'll get started. The only difference is the ACT is timed. So they'll be done somewhere between 12 and 12:30. The sophomores, the MCA, you're done when you're done. And so they could be done earlier. They'll be allowed to leave if they want. If they need to stay for transportation, they will have transportation at the end of the day again. If students are planning on staying, we will have something for them to eat at lunch. I will be honest, last year, none of our juniors stuck around for a ride home on a bus. They found a way to get home. And I would anticipate we're going to have the same thing with our sophomores this year. Again, digital day for 9th and 12th graders. And part of it is we have to have staff to proctor, and we just don't have anybody. In fact, I finished up the assignments probably early last week. There are no staff members left once you get done giving the having somebody in the MCA test, and after you have people in the ACT plus having them monitor the hallway, there's just nobody left.
Did you get any feedback from the 9th, 10th, and 12th graders last year, how that went, or did you have a chance to evaluate it, or it's pretty hard to do, I suppose?
I mean, teachers said that the digital stuff that they assigned was given, or that they had given was done. We did exempt the juniors from that since they were testing. We didn't feel it was quite right. You're testing, and so we will exempt the sophomores and the juniors this year from what is assigned. But it's still trying to hold them at least accountable for something.
Is this typical as to how other schools are handling it as well, pretty much?
And again, last year there were some schools, depending on their situation, if in their building, again, some smaller schools, if they had a section where they could just cordon off a part of the building and give the test, they would. We've got 16 classrooms that have to be used just for the ACT. And then we have another 10 rooms for the MCA. That's 26 of our classrooms that are being used. So it does limit us.
Do you want to talk about the communication piece with students?
Yep. That was put out. I told Tim it did go out in the newsletter in March. And it will go out again. But after the meeting now, we will send out information to all parents through Infinite Campus later on this week. And then we will send a reminder once a week, so they'll get 3 reminders, plus our April newsletter should go out before that date, and so it'll be in there also.
Does it also include the writing portion with the ACT test?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. ACT plus writing
Plus
is
writing.
the offer that you had to give.
Okay. Other questions? Okay, thank you, Lonnie.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the April 19th for the ACT test day at the high school.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, sorry, I didn't say aye. Aye. Vote passes 6-0. Okay, thank you, Sandy, because for the, next we have the levels of approval for the construction that's going to go on at the middle school and central education campus.
Right. At the workshop, I presented to you the recommendation from the Project Oversight Committee on our construction projects that the superintendent be authorized to approve change orders up to $100,000. The Project Oversight Committee be able to approve change orders of up to $200,000, and anything under or $200,000 or more would have to go to the full board for approval. And would remind you that obviously we have to stay within budget. And sometimes there's decreases and sometimes there's increases, but any one individual increase higher than $100,000 or $200,000 would need those levels of approval. So just ask for your action tonight on that.
Sure, and I believe the consulting firm made this recommendation. It was something that they,
Yes.
okay. Is there any other questions?
Let's
I know
see.
we talked about it at the work session. And okay, if I can make a motion then, get a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the project change order as requested.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Vote passes 6-0. Okay, and I know Sandy, you're still there. We need to make a minor change, language change adjustment to the superintendent contract.
Right, again, as discussed at the work session, we needed to make a slight change in Mr. Dittberner's contract for 2000, that goes into effect July 1st, 2016. And that is in Article 10, Section 7, regarding the post-retirement health care premium contributions by the district. Needs to go into a premium-only HRA, which the next action item will authorize me to set that up on the district's behalf. So just striking the last sentence and replacing with another sentence. Nothing changes financially, just the language.
And that was basically because you're not able to use the former one, so, right?
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
And so we are going to a new one, which is hence the reason for the language change.
Yes.
Okay.
I
if
make a
we-
motion, we reapprove the superintendent's contract with the new changes.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And vote passes 6-0. And then we have the non-renewal of teacher contracts.
There's one more in
Oh.
there, just the authorizing me to set up that HRA account. I need board approval to set that up.
Okay. And that would be to authorize to set it up, the new one.
Yes.
If I can get a motion, please.
I'll make a motion to authorize the administration to establish a trust based upon the arrangement.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Vote passes 6-0. Yes. Okay, and then we have the non-renewal of teaching contracts, if I could.
At this time, the school board is asked to approve the non-renewal of 3 teachers that are probationary at this time at the Minnesota School District, New Prague School District 721. And all 3 are covered by the same resolution, and all 3 will be sent the same letter pertaining to their rights. I'll read the resolution, and then I will read the names, and then we'll do a separate motion on each of the 3. Whereas 3 teachers are being placed on probationary teachers are being placed on unrequested leave of absence and termination. Be it resolved by the School Board of Independent School District 721 that pursuant to statutes that the contracts of the 3 teachers, probationary teachers in the Independent School District 721 are hereby terminated at the close of the current school year 2015-2016. Be it further resolved that a written notice will be sent to these teachers regarding the termination and non-renewal of their contracts as provided by law. At this time, I'll consider a motion to concerning the non-renewal of the contract of Stephanie Winke.
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to pass the resolution dealing with Stephanie Wenke, a probationary teacher in District 721. How do you vote on that, Don?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Dennis, yes. Item passes. Next, we have a resolution that we will consider dealing with the termination of Michaela Tibbetts, a probationary teacher in District 721. Do I have a motion to consider the resolution?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll
Second.
second.
It's been moved and seconded to consider resolution for the termination and non-renewal of Michaela Tibbetts. How do you vote on this, Jerry?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Dennis, yes. And finally, the third teacher that we've been asked to do a resolution relating to the termination and non-renewal is that of Kendall Langert. Do I have a motion to consider this resolution?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to consider the following resolution of termination for Kendall Langert. How do you vote on this, Don?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Dennis, yes. Item passes.
Okay. If I can make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye. Passes 6-0.